Good old Copico getting us to our final destination. We keep Copico parked under a mango tree, hence all the leaves. All right, fellow dreamers, it's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. And it is Saturday. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. It's around 5 o'clock. And we are down at Silliman Beach. That's the marine biology school for Silliman University. There's quite a few American students that go there. And today we are bringing Zoe for a walk and Bridget for a walk because we haven't been down here in quite a while. So we're gonna come down, cool off. Actually today's pretty nice because we got a lot of clouds. It is dry season, and I noticed that over the past 3 or 4 days the humidity's been lower. It's been hotter, but the humidity has been down. Now Silliman Beach here in Dumaguete is considered one of the preeminent beaches in the world, rivaling that of the pristine beauty of Boracay. And you'll be able to see it all in just a moment. When you come in, you can buy stuff like unripe mango, which you can dip in fermented shrimp paste. Fermented shrimp paste is an acquired taste. They also got cheese rings. These are really good. These Oishi pillows, the chocolate pillows, they actually taste like cereal. Super lummy. So yes, the beautiful, serene beauty of Silliman Beach. And it looks like we got Shih Tzus. Shih Tzu actually means Lionheart. And they were the guardians. They were the guardians of the Chinese emperor. Hey, little fluffy guy. Bridget's trying to make a new friend. I don't know if you... Ooh, also gonna see if Chica's here. Goodbye, Chewbacca. I know I haven't put up a lot of videos lately. Why haven't I put up a lot of videos lately?
We're busy.
Yeah, we're busy. And
taking care of the monster.
Taking care of the monster and taking care of the day-to-day trials and tribulations of living in the Philippines. I don't want to complain, but with that said, this past week, every day of the week has had a catastrophe. Either the power's gone out, our internet line has been cut, massive banking issues have occurred. What's up, man? How you doing? I can't even get through the whole list because I've kind of blanked it out of my memory, but it's just been like one crisis after another. Look at this beautiful beach, huh? Also, we were down at the Dumaguete waterfront the other night, bringing Zoe for a walk, or shall we say Carrie, and we saw the pictures of back in 1920 when Dumaguete still had a white sand beach. Had a beautiful white sand beach. This guy's escaped. He's dragging his chains behind him. Django Unchained. So yeah, tomorrow we're actually gonna try to go to Liquid and try to do some videos. I got some topics I'm thinking about talking about. One of them has to do with regrets, my biggest regrets since coming to the Philippines. And I know that some people think it's not good to focus on regrets or to have regrets. To have and live one's life without regret is the sign of a solid transcendental man. What are my regrets?
Yeah?
Oh, it's a long list, baby. I gotta put that list together. But I'll go through that. Also, through a buddy of mine who's been dealing with a couple agencies, a Philippine agencies and a Philippine company, and he's been forced to lie about the circumstances of the situation that he is in order to get service or to be able to return items or to be able to just get some stuff done. So, and I've heard this before. I've heard that corruption in the Philippines sometimes translates in some forms as lying. There's a lot of lying, there's a lot of deflection, there's a lot of refusal to accept accountability and responsibility. And you see that a lot. And I think the way the Philippines is set up, it's actually a coping mechanism in dealing with some of the challenges and rigmarole that you're faced with, again, sometimes on a day-to-day basis. So I'm gonna try to do a short video, short, try to keep this shit under 10 minutes. Hey, Zoe. Okay, so a short video on my regrets since moving to the Philippines. And it's important to acknowledge regrets and to have regrets because, you know, we are human beings, we are fallible, and we are making mistakes all the time. And that's what regrets are based upon. We screw up, we make a mistake, and later on, we regret it. By the way, Chichai now has purple hair.
Last time it was red and violet, and it's now purple.
Red and violet, and now it's purple. And I know some other vloggers have done videos on how the Philippines has changed them. Some of them have noted that it's made them more patient, more accepting of like Hakuna Matata and Bahala Na, more accepting of the way things are while focusing on gratitude. Unfortunately for myself, I am still having a difficult time with that. So this guy, he's been here about 9 years. The guy who told me this story about how he's been forced to lie to deal with situations in the Philippines. So corruption can be catchy. Corruption is contagious. And part of the corruption, again, is just lying. A corrupt soul, a corrupt entity will lie. And unfortunately, the store that we normally go to get a soda and some pillows is closed. But that's okay. We shall persevere. Over there is the extension for the Dumaguete Airport. Not a whole lot of planes taking off for landing. Although we still have those mysterious flights coming in at what time in the morning? 3 o'clock in the morning. These right here are fish traps. In case you want to get some fish, put those out, and you trap them. Then you eat them. It's pretty cool. These boats right here, some of them are bancas that don't have engines. Some of them are pump boats that do have engines. Someday, this soon-to-be permanent resident of the Philippines will have his own pump boat. I'm just basically walking along and babbling about anything that comes to mind. It's like stream of consciousness. Oh, look at all the green stuff. Gentleman over there is repairing his nets. A fisherman. Yeah, like this right here is a pump boat because it has an engine. And the shallow draft, because the Philippines, there's a lot of shallow water around here. And you can see the lights on the side for attracting the fish. So one day I will have one of those because I want to be able to scoot around and go snorkeling and spear fishing and look for Yamashita's gold. What's up, Kuya? And oh, this is looking really gross today. And I don't know if we mentioned this before, but this is where Chichai, Bridget, and I used to come just about every afternoon. This was before we were married and would walk down here. Bridget was still a puppy, so she liked to play with the other dogs. It was Chica down here, Panduck. I think they're all dead now. And it was just a nice, we'd come in the afternoon, was cooled off. And then after we got married, and Chichai, we found out, what did we get married in? We got married in February, and we found out Chichai was pregnant on January 12th. But, I mean, there's some people I see commenters, people. You know, YouTube's cool. It's a great tool. There's all kinds of information on there. You can teach yourself a lot of things. You can educate yourself about just about anything. Like, what was it? Something broke in my house the other day. And I was like, how am I gonna fix this? Because I don't know how to fix this. So I looked it up on YouTube and I fixed it. The problem is the people, the commenters. And there's some people, and I don't know why I'm making a big deal out of this, but they're like, oh, Ned got married because Chichai got pregnant. Remember those comments?
Yeah, of course.
Ned was forced to get married because you got pregnant.
Yep.
And we had plans for the wedding before we found out you were pregnant.
Of course.
Like months before. So there's that.
It was like November that we were already planning. When
Right, we set the date.
Ow!
Zoe!
I want
Zoe!
to be in the camera.
Hi Zoe! You want the camera?
I'm the star.
Alright, here, I'm gonna give you the camera. Yeah, and we actually have, we were supposed to do like videos on the process of getting married, all the documents you need, the problems that we encountered. I mean, again, this is the Philippines, so they told us to come down to City Hall at a certain time on a certain day, and it was a holiday, and we got down there and there was nobody there. I mean, this stuff happens all the time. And also, the document that you get from the consulate over in Cebu, it's basically the American version of the Sinomar. The Sinomar is certificate of no marriage for like a Filipino citizen. So we're supposed to go to Cebu to get this document. You have to get it. It's got to be notarized. You raise your hand. I do so solemnly swear I've never been married, blah, blah, blah. It's not worth the paper it's painted on because there's no central information database of who and who is not married in the United States. So it's basically you just saying you're not. So the Philippines has got hip to that because when we came back, we were like, okay, let's go down to City Hall in Dumaguete and try to set something up to get married. We're gonna do like a beach. We're gonna go down the beach or something and just have a simple ceremony. Come to find out, oh, no, we went to the civil court.
Yeah.
We went to the courthouse and they laughed at us. They say, sir, it's garbage, it's basura. You cannot get married in Dumaguete with one of those worthless certificates. And again, don't forget, you gotta set the appointment, you gotta go all the way up to Cebu, you gotta get to the consulate, which is a very pleasant experience, may I add. We were just there like 3 weeks ago. So what we had to do was go to an outlying city, town, Cebulan, and get married there. And as soon as we came there, we're like, hey, we want to get married. And they're like, cool, man, no problem. Right?
It's the mayor.
Yeah, the mayor, the long-winded mayor, married us. He talked for quite a while. And he did a fantastic job.
And he's was also telling a long story.
Yes, he tells very long stories. It's kind of like hanging at Bogart's with some of the companions that I hang out with that like to tell very long stories or very long jokes and there's no punchline. It just kind of like trails off. So yeah, I never put up the video of our marriage. We got a bunch of photos of it. Afterwards, we went up to a pictorial up in Forest Camp. Never published the videos on that. And I think the reason I did that, because at that point I'm like, and this is something I'm still struggling with, is like, do I still want to do this YouTube thing and be a public figure and have you be a public figure, have Zoe be a public figure with all the cretins and weirdos and wackos? If you've never watched my channel before, like over a year ago, somebody reported me to immigration, to the Cebu office. They reported me to immigration because we were doing spaghetti fests. I was taking all the money that I got from Patreon, and I mean all of it, and then throwing some money on top of it. We were buying like 200 spaghetti meals.
Yep.
And we went down to Tinago and with
Poor kids.
yeah. and it was great. It was a win-win for all involved. I had my whole Filipino crew working for me because I'm on a tourist visa right now, so I'm not allowed to work. But even despite that, not asking for money, not, you know, actively saying I'm a charity, doing any of that shit, somebody reported me to immigration, and I received a call, no, I'm sorry, an email out of the blue from immigration saying, sir, we have received numerous reports saying that you are helping people. Well, they didn't use those words. You are working on or being part of a charity or doing charitable operations while on a tourist visa. This is not allowed, and this is a warning. You have to cease and desist. So that kind of sucked.
It's also funny that people who don't follow you are the one who's criticizing you.
Oh, I think they follow me.
I don't think so.
Hello, stalker. Hello, stalker. Hey, if you consider our work to be of any value, consider supporting us on Patreon. If you're a Patreon, you get a free copy of my ebook, and we do monthly Google Hangouts. So consider doing that, if you would please.